Well, hello everybody. I have hijacked Kobe's channel here to make a lip balm video. So my daughter here has helped me to make this. She was my camera girl, so here's her making faces while I was getting everything ready. Hi Gwenny. These are all of our ingredients. First we will need some beeswax and some tubes and caps. I got these things from Bulk Apothecary. This is a scale. We would like it in ounces. And go ahead and tear that off with the bowl on top. You can see it's at 0. All right, behind here we have got some red raspberry seed oil and some castor oil. And then behind that here is my raw mango butter. These are our ingredients. That's really about it. It's pretty simple. Oh wait, don't forget, we need it to smell good. So this is actually flavored scent. So this is Skittles is what we've decided to do. It's a pretty good one for this. The mango butter has a pretty fruity smell, so that kind of helps. This is actually a handy dandy little contraption we got over in the candy making department of a Hobby Lobby. So we're going to put the oil in there, and then this trigger right here will help us be able to fill up these chapstick tubes. Over here we've got some water that I am not quite bringing to a boil. It's just going to be hot, and then some tongs so that I can grab the chapstick tubes out. And then we also need a stainless steel pot to heat everything in. This handy dandy little contraption here, you put the chapstick tubes in, and then it has this fabulous little scraper that then you will scrape any excess oil across the top, so it'll be nice and flat. All right, so here we go. We are going to take a chapstick tubey, and yes, it even has a little twirly thing on the bottom. Gonna stick it right here in our not boiling but hot water. We do not want to melt the plastic here. So always guess more than what you think. I'm only making a half batch, so I thought 15 would be plenty. I was wrong. So put in like 5 to 10 more than you think you're gonna need, because you'll see why here in a minute. All right, now we're gonna stir them all up. Make sure that the water gets inside so that it is nice and just cleaned out. I guess we're not quite sterilizing it, but we're cleaning it out. Make sure there's no cooties hanging out in there for us. So yeah, we're just leaving it in here for probably a good 15-20 seconds. Now I'm gonna put it upside down on my towel here, or try to, so it can drain out. Alright, now here come the caps. Same process here. Put in, again, more than you think you're going to need. We're going to leave it in here for about 15-20 seconds, just enough to kind of clean it out. Next step, go ahead and stick the chapstick tubes into our handy dandy little chapstick holder. Obviously, open and down. Alright, so we are going to come back over to the stove and put the stove on medium heat with our stainless steel pot on there. Again, you want stainless steel. That's going to keep any contaminants really from getting in there. Go ahead and tear off your scale with your measuring bowl in there. And here comes our glycerin. Let's see. We are putting in 0.7. Turns out to be 0.8. We're putting, here we go. All right, 1.2. We were going for a flat ounce, and we wound up with a little bit extra, which is fine. That just, we are putting in equal parts, so just make sure you do the same thing with the next one. One thing I did forget to mention is that you will want your spatula. This is the one I use for making my goat's milk soap. Scrape out the rest of, did I call this glycerin? That was incorrect. This is castor oil. Now we are doing the mango nut butter, now we're gonna put in the mango butter. Go ahead and put in the equal parts that you did with the castor oil. So 1.2 ounces is what we're going for here. Yay, we did it. Go ahead and put that in also. Now we're gonna go for our beeswax. We have put in 0.6. So we were going to do a half ounce, and since we did 0.2 extra, So essentially half the amount of beeswax as you did the other 2 oils. Now we are going to go ahead and let all of these melt until they are liquid. You can see that the mango butter is already melting. Oh, but wait, we are going to put in some raspberry seed oil. This is actually a natural sun protectant. So we are putting in, I think I just put in 10 drops of this. It's the first time I ever put this in, and I liked it. It was nice. It didn't do anything weird to the oils or anything, just added some protectant. And now we are going to put in a full teaspoon of the oil, or of the flavoring. So I was going to dripper it, and that was a little hard. So I'm going to take off the little dripper lid here and then go ahead and pour it in the teaspoon. And then as I was putting in the second one, because that's what my recipe says, I was like, oh wait, I only did a half batch. So, oh well. We have a little bit extra flavoring, which is fine. Now we're going to stir it all up. It is actually already almost melted. So now from here, we are going to turn off the stove and put it in my handy dandy little candy maker. You'll be surprised how little oil goes into each one of these little chapstick holders. That's why this thing is so handy. Trying to pour it in with like a measuring cup is kind of a pain. Alright, there we go. And you can see this thing is not very full. And then you just kind of pull the trigger and fill her up. And oh no, I have come across a situation. I do not have enough chapstick containers. So, going back to the stove with my hot water, I am throwing in 10 more, even though I know that is a ridiculously way too many. Should have done that in the first place, but here we go. Alright, so now I get to try and pop these bad boys in now without spilling all the oil. That's super fun. Do it the right way the first time. Here we go. Oh my goodness, look at how much just squirted out of there. And then look, that was the end. I really only needed like 2 more, but what you gonna do? So now I'm gonna take my scraper and just kind of scrape these over. And scrape. And just try to fill it up as best as you can. Again, I got all of these things from Bulk Apothecary. Not a sponsor by any means. It's just the place that I've gone to get a lot of my stuff for the soap making and now for making chapsticks, and I've made a couple other things. That's where this contraption also came from. So I'm just trying to fill these in as best as I can. Alright, as you can see, I've gotten them all filled up with my handy dandy scraper, even with my mishap. It is sitting up here so nice. That's kind of how it looks from the side view. And now you are just waiting for this to dry. It probably, to cool, excuse me. Took about a good half hour for it to get to this point. Probably to cool all the way to be a solid hour, but I'm getting impatient. So I'm just gonna pop these out, put the lid on, and there we have it. That is a done chapstick. Pretty easy, really. You only need a handful of ingredients, and goodness, I've got a year's supply of chapstick here easily for me and my family. So there we go. Nice holiday gift and whatever you'd like. If you decide you don't want a fruitier scent or flavor scent, there you also have the option to use shea butter instead of mango butter. The one disclaimer I have for you on that one is it is incredibly heat sensitive. I would not even turn on the stove till you had all your oils into the pan, and I would probably have it on low. As soon as it melts, I'd cut the heat. I did this one other time, and all my chapstick was really grainy, which is why I've switched to mango butter. It is much more forgiving. However, it's got such a fruity scent as it is. I tried doing a vanilla, and I couldn't even smell the vanilla. All I smelled was the mango. So I'm like, well, let's just work with it and make Skittles, because you could have a mango-y Skittle. So yeah, you can see I am dropping all of them that I have capped over here, and I will just go ahead and finish capping them here. Alright, and here we go. We're going to turn it up to see if it's going to work. Yep, I've got chapstick. I am putting it on my lips. I'm so happy. I've been out for a while. I love this stuff. It's really good. Thumbs up from my camera lady there. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. If you are interested in buying any of my products, go ahead to my Etsy page. I am Ginger and Honey Goods. Links are in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.